just roared like a freight train. How are you planning to outsmart it? Have you considered using traps like in Hunter's Folly?
I see a Wimdy. For some reason I can hear myself twice. Let me fix that. Okay, we're good. I can only hear myself once. That's the right amount of me to hear. So, hi, how's it going? I see a Wimdy in chat. Yeah, we like the Wimdy. Today we're playing a game from Baby Sky's time. This was something that used to be installed on my home computer back in the 90s when it was a family computer. However, a team of people is actually updating this game for the modern times. So although this is still Caesar, or Caesar 3, this is Augustus, a modded version of it. So hopefully we can see some improvements here.
You must learn the basics of constructing Roman settlements.
For a 90s game that was barely on CDs, it is fully voiced.
Click and drag the mouse to build lengths of path at once.
I don't think I need to relearn that though, to be fair. I haven't actually... Sometimes I come back to this game because it is a massive favourite of mine. It's one of those childhood classics. It's got all the nostalgia for it for me. I see a Sally in chat. How is Sally today? Hopefully Sally Bean is well. I haven't heard from him much today. Dad? Damn, is that why you're not... You haven't been too active today? I mean, that's fair. You probably need quite a bit of sleep. So if I remember rightfully, this entire scenario is just showcasing the fire and engineering system. Oh, also, I picked up some new drinks for the hydrate redeem. So there is that. There's some exciting new flavors that I found of the drink that I like, but also 2 other things. That's exciting. I have a few more things for the snackies redeemed too. You see. Oh, there's the first thing the tutorial tells you about, fire. Gotta build some prefectures. Let's get those manned. I got some Paw Patrol lollipop. Yes, I know the city is on fire. You don't need to be told this, I can see it. And anytime now, we should also have buildings falling down because of the engineer's post. So yeah, I have Paw Patrol candy, but I think it's just a lollipop, but more importantly, it comes with a little plane. And my little niece, right, my brother's daughter, they're southern. So she has that sort of Peppa Pig kind of thing going on as far as voice goes. She actually learned my name because of Paw Patrol, because apparently one of the dogs has the same name as me. It's adorable. She'll sit there and go, Auntie Sky. Okay, buildings are collapsing. That's the other tutorial. Gotta get these engineers to walk past them. Let's build a Senate, because we can. Honestly, this scenario is quite easy. You don't need a lot of houses for this one. Food is provided by Rome. So you don't need to get market to deal with that. And we can also pop these small temples. This is a feature that wasn't in the game when I played it. It was the ability to click on all the temples and cycle through each one of the gods. Back then I'd have to go over to the gods thing and I'd have to choose a god. So it's nice that I can cycle between them, because if you appease one god and not others, they get pissy. Let's see, what else do I have? Yeah, I also picked up these yogurt and honeycomb. Made in a local place near me. How's chat today? Oh.
Congratulations! You have grasped the basics to my satisfaction. In the interest of advancing your education, I have one more gentle assignment for you. Onward to Brundisium.
I do like Brundisium. Brundisium is still a really easy assignment.
Your priorities should be security, housing, food, and water in...
This assignment is the first time that you find farms and trade. So this is all your arid land, the land over here that has the grass built on it. The original game had a few issues with pathing, whereas I believe from the patch notes and stuff they fixed that. So we might be able to properly path these. Traditionally, I tend to build in these 3x3s because ultimately, when these buildings expand, they'll expand into a 3x3. And early on, you do need wells on these corners to hit these parts, but later, you can get rid of that for a fountain. So we also need to make sure that there is a prefecture and an engineer's post so our houses don't collapse. It's kind of a thing. Farms also suffer from the same. So we have a few farms. And then we have a granary as well to store all the stuff. We have a market. Ideally, you want to put the market somewhere where the market lady will walk past most of these houses, because these houses only really get food when the market lady walks past them. And these houses won't evolve unless they get food. Whereas in the first assignment,
No space for this lot anywhere
they practically give you that. They give you the food in the first assignment because Rome is like, hey, I'm going to provide this to you. You got Sirius, Neptune, Mercury, Mars, and Venus. And as the local area improves, the buildings look cooler too. They look more affluent. It's quite nice. This scenario is also the scenario that gives you access to wells, aqueducts, and reservoirs and stuff. As well as clay and pottery and places to trade. So I'm trying to take that into consideration. Looks like the prefect didn't get there in time. Here he is with his bucket of water. For some reason, the granary started not accepting, which is slowing down everything. As it didn't accept any of the food. This isn't a map that you really expect danger on. So I don't have to build walls or anything like that. I can just... It's very peaceful here. You can also pick this game up hyper cheap on Steam. It is very inexpensive. I always liked this game as a kid because I was kind of interested in the Romans, especially because we have lots of cities around here that are ex-Roman cities and stuff. There we go, that one fountain will provide clean water to all of these, and we don't have to have any of those at all. This should give us quite a lot of new options. Honestly, the fact that this market can provide food to these houses as well, massive improvement for what it used to be. Oh, taxes. We can have a taxable population. Do need entertainment though. Provided by a theatre, which requires an actor colony. What have we lost? There is a fire. I think the prefecture, I need to improve the amount of prefectures we have. Maybe change the access to fountains and put them over here instead. That way, we can have a thoroughfare in the middle here. Now, I don't get why this house is complaining of no entertainment. Literally next to a theatre. There we go. Framed it better. How's the volumes today? We good? That's lost access to water because the reservoir apparently doesn't reach it. There we go. I'm glad it's fine. So now we can get clay. Clay should help us get pottery for the snobs. Houses generally don't like to be next to clay pits. But this is a very small map, so they don't have a lot of choice. Clear this space over here for the Senate. Oh, we finally need employees, which is usually the case when you put in a Senate, because the Senate needs a lot of staff. Like our granary's getting pretty full as well. One cool thing about this game, you can click on anybody in the town and they'll have voice lines. Where are they?
This place really needs many more workers.
This city is terribly short of workers. There are so few workers here that someone even offered me a job.
I'm off to collect more supplies.
Just telling us about the day-to-day life and the things in the city you need to focus on. And we cannot evolve the houses without pottery. We will accept pottery, but we won't accept clay. In this one, anyway. We'll put clay in a separate one here, just because otherwise it gets a bit annoying to try and empty one out, because clay is produced a lot quicker than the pottery. We can also open trade map later on. Oh, actually we can open it now. They sell iron, they buy wheat, weapons, and pottery. So now we have a trade route established. We need a port because... Hydrate. Oh, we don't actually need a port for this trade route, look. They can do it via the warehouse at the moment. But for the hydrate, we have bubblegum flavor. We have melon flavor. But wait, there's more. I found a cream swirl Dr. Pepper. Never seen that before. And a strawberries and cream Pepsi. So yeah, make a choice. What are we going with? Strawberry and cream Pepsi? Okay, okay. That's fine. We grab... Is zero sugar as well. So like... Eat healthy. Give me a moment, because I'm pretty sure I left the house today. So I took my straw with me. Sometimes places don't provide them. Strawberry and vanilla cola flavored soft drink. Hey, if there's any kids watching this stream, I mean they shouldn't be because I say lots of naughty words, but look. The warehouses are doing the 6-7 thing, right? Is that what that is? It's a Roman warehouse. That's where the original 6-7 meme came from. Ancient Rome. Teaching kids history here. Hopefully soon, these places will have enough pottery. There we go. We are now making pottery. That's good. We have 1 unit of pottery, which will probably be eaten up almost immediately by the market. When one of those market sellers finds it. Here she is, she's coming. And she's got the pottery with her. And as she passes the houses, they get the pottery and they evolve. This is it. This is progress in the ancient era. That's the...
You learn quickly. You now have the skills to complete a real assignment. From now on, you can choose your career's direction. Take the more peaceful province to concentrate on governing, or the more dangerous one to confront Rome's enemies.
I'll be real. I don't know why this is Pepsi. It doesn't taste like Pepsi. I just taste strawberries and cream. So we either go for the peaceful province of Capua or Tarentum, the dangerous province. I'm going Tarentum. I like a challenge. The more dangerous provinces, you have a lower prosperity and population to hit, but the peace rating is harder to hit because of the obvious. Look at the little sheep. Okay, so the farm's here. You need a bridge to access that farmland. There's a small bit of farmland over here, which is right near a border, which is probably where the enemies are going to attack. Oh my god, there's so many things I don't recognize because they're from the mod. Okay, well, I'm gonna start with the ship bridge. And I'm gonna clear a path here for now. We'll go across here. Security is always... Oh, what are these? There's palisades. I don't know, I've never seen palisades before. The gate houses, they're cool. I like them. Let's clear some of this out. Actually, let's change this path entirely. Because I want to be able to block this off from any enemies, so... I don't know why this path's wonky. We are Romans, we have straight paths here. Romans are known for their straight paths. Okay. Double thick wall means guards can actually walk up on it. And later, when we can add them, we can add towers onto the walls. These towers here, which will ultimately deploy ballistas. But currently, we don't have the infrastructure for those. Right, let's get some houses done. It is possible I may have taken too long. I know this is a really shit place for houses. I may have taken too long to get these in, and we might not have anyone. See, unfortunately, if you spend too long, there is potential to lower the immigration rate. Oh no, we got immigrants, we're good. Because Rome runs on immigrants. And I'm fine with this. Okay, we'll pop those ones in. See, some of these are new, like trees and stuff. The base game doesn't have access to planting all these trees and things. Oh, the work camp, I don't even know what that is. Laborers gather here to transport materials to construction sites. Okay. I don't know what the lighthouse does. Let's just build one of those and find out, I guess. Actually, we should probably deal with our infrastructure first. I feel that's more of an important venture than... Are my sheep getting attacked? Oh yeah, if sheep or animals cross... My prefecture and engineers over here. So unfortunately they fucked off so far from the city that... They're not exactly helping. The entire city's on fire now because of that. We are burning. I don't know about Hadrian, but we've built a wall too. Let's work on these houses again. That's a good part of our population that's just died. This area is open to attack as well. I need to... Hail the immigrants, that's good. Get a market in. Double up some of these roads as well now while we can. I don't know what a supply post does either. What does that do? Collects food from city granaries to feed soldiers stationed at forts. Fully supplied supply post will slowly recruit. Okay, that's good. In the base game, you can only place one barracks down. So I suppose this is a good way of being able to place more than one. And these watchtowers are new as well. I kind of really like them though. I don't know what that is. 30 denarii, I'll try it out though. What does that do? Okay, it's like an oracle but smaller. We are gonna have to start building temples to the gods though. Otherwise they'll get very pissed. Oh, we're on fire again. Why is the prefecture not doing his thing? This must be a drier map, that's why things are burning quicker. Okay, things weren't evolving because I forgot that apparently everything's automatically on not accepting. Enemies are closing in. Our city is here, they are coming down. Past Rome. Going past Rome. Rome could have dealt with them for us, but nope. Caesar said, fuck you, they're your enemies. A tavern, that's a new one. It needs meat and it needs wine, neither of which we have currently. An arena's new. I guess like a mini coliseum. A theater. Gladiator school. Let's pop a gladiator school out and path it out. So I think we can get one of these arenas on the go. Gladiators are pretty cool. In combat, any of your wandering people can get into combat. So your gladiators and lion tamers can actually help with wars. They're not too effective, but they can help. Right, now we need to start building out our forces. I need raw materials for that, and... Oh. There's been another fire. There's been a fire literally right next to the prefecture. I'll place another one down. Plazas just make the place more beautiful. We love those. Same for gardens. Just allows houses to evolve quicker. Shit. Thought that was there. Right, build this round. We need to start working on our military infrastructure now, properly. Because this is a combat assignment. Popping a gatehouse here for now will stop the prefectures wandering off in this direction. Because they'll sort of see it as this is the boundaries for the city. Okay, we'll wall that off. For now. Doesn't give us an awful lot of... What buildings collapsed? Really? Okay. Let's build one of those back again and pop an engineer's post down. Barbers and doctors' posts are good one. One tile health options. Right, that's a problem. Enemies are close, and we have yet to build out our forces, so we'll pop a barracks down. Base game, you can only pop one barracks down, but it seems I can pop more now, so we'll take a barracks. We'll take one of these new supply posts, because they look cool. And outside city boundaries, we'll make some forts. Mounted are relatively weak, but they can get there a lot quicker than... Okay, we are probably going to have to move the wall at some point. Maybe to just encompass that. For the time being, we'll have a double layer. Just so if enemies come from up here, we've got options. Build some ballista towers, just in case if they come from up here. See this, now that we have a barracks, this has a nice little ballista on it. Don't think we need that. Let's have a tower up there instead. If we move the temple to Ceres over there, we can have a bathhouse here. But it should service all of these houses. I feel like we also need at least a tower on this corner in case the enemies. I don't know what the rotation key is. This game's never had a rotation key before. Let me have a look. Next building rotation. Okay, we don't have one, so... Oh, okay, that's cool. It's just like a one-tile wall. And being able to manually rotate those is nice. I can toggle between roadblocks. Warehouses can be rotated. That's new. That's nice. Okay, don't know what the lighthouse does. Oh. You cannot obtain the needed materials, probably because the lighthouse uses marble. Marble lighthouse. What is that? Caravanserai. You cannot obtain needed materials. Realm request vines. We should get a better favor rating with Rome. We will accept the vines, which means these will throw them over to here. Then we get 10 in our warehouse. We can send those off to Rome. Oh, also if we have these towers, we have patrols and guard patrols on top of them. One of my favourite cities over here in England is called Chester, and it has Roman walls surrounding it. The entire place is beautiful. Got so many pictures from it. When Pokemon Go was huge, Chester had the Heritage Pokemon Go Fest. Okay. It looks like it's Hannibal's army, and they may have elephants. It's one guy. It's one guy and a wizard. I get he's not a wizard, he's a spear guy, but damn. Some invasion force that is, right? I've been building an army for this. I could probably tackle them with my horse guys. One ballista should have dealt with these. Oh, they're Etruscans. Festinus Lentus and Famus Cressus. Well, there's a distant battle, so hopefully that'll provide more sport next time, huh? Because these two, I'm gonna barely notice them. I lost 0 men. That wasn't even sport right there. Okay, let's demolish this wall and move up our gatehouse. No entertainment. You've literally got an arena over here. What more do you want? Are you not entertained? Pottery is needed for those, and we cannot get clay, so we will have to import it. Ah. This one will give us both clay and weapons. That is a boat route. And this one will give us furniture and pottery. And that's a land route. So we're going to accept pottery here. And we're going to change our trade. We will now be importing pottery. Our Imperial Dispatch is ready. So that should please Caesar. You have to balance pleasing the gods, pleasing Caesar, and pleasing your people. Caesar can send his armies to take control whenever he wants. That's why you gotta keep him happy. Emperor Caesar is happy. If we have a military academy, it increases all the troops when they get trained to a higher degree. And they get new battle tactics too. I know a lot of people would probably consider this game quite stressful, but again, it's one of my cozy games. That prefecture and engineer's post should, in theory. Oh, we are getting enough pottery in. I don't know what an architect's guild does either. What is that? To construct monuments. Is this how I build the lighthouse? With one of those? Palisades are cheaper than walls. Maybe I should start importing weapons. Weapons are how I get legionnaires. We need to stop these from accepting vines, I think. Or we need to trade vines out, because we can do that now. We can't do that until we have a working port. Enemies are closing in on the city. Right, let's import weapons. We don't have wine to export yet. That'll be the next thing we make.
You got through those funds quickly. Try to make these new funds last longer.
I think I pissed off Daddy. Well, the granaries are going down, so I'm gonna need a few more farms here. 2 should do it. Bath there should hit. We'll know if it fills. It's filled, so the reservoir's hitting it fine.
I'm amazed by how many jobs need to be filled here.
Now we're getting wine, I think it might be a good idea to get a tavern. Provide wine to our people. Now we should also be able to export wine now. We'll export 3. And we should start to get that. We are getting weapons, so that's nice. Means now we have weapons, we should be able to build a Legionnaire's fort. As long as our barracks gets a supply of weapons, which it does, it can build legionnaires that are incredibly slow, but powerful. Plazas, there's no point not to have plazas. They're just a better class of road.
The dockers are taking our goods to the warehouse now. I can't wait to do some trading here. I love a good deal.
Well, the legionnaires are certainly filling up, that's positive. Ten vines, and I think we might already have them. We do. Let's get those out of the way. All in all, not going too bad, not going too bad. We are relatively peaceful. What are our stats so far? Peace of 19. We are nowhere near the target population. We are close to prosperity. Prosperity relies on money. It relies on trade, really. And these wine workshops. Gonna need a few more of those. 3 vineyards, you should be able to deal with 6 wine workshops. The fuck? Oh, we had a house collapse. Interesting. That shouldn't be the case. How are the guards? I feel like they might be unhappy soon. Oh no, they're all pleased, but good. Fine with that. See, in Roman society, people didn't want to live next to vineyards, whereas nowadays people are like, oh yes, I live next to a vineyard. I mean a farm, no, a vineyard. We can also start to tax our population. Now they've got these bigger houses. I like how this house here is right next to a market and yet they're not getting food. There's not a lot of employees at the moment, so those vineyards aren't on at full capacity. We're working on it. Our wineries. Okay, houses are getting bigger. This is a positive. Still want a little bit more entertainment, so we'll give them a theatre over there. These over there need more entertainment as well, but... Can I move the reservoir back and still have everything in catchment? Yeah, the reservoir can actually be moved as far back as that. There's nothing outside that range. Which means we should be able to put a theatre here and improve these houses. And these houses need furniture, which we might be able to import, but our denarii isn't as high as it should be. Hey Kevin, welcome in. How's it going? We've hit 1,000 citizens. How are you doing, Kevin? You're feeling quite evil. Oh, what did you do? Shit, my city's in debt now. What do I need to not import? I feel like I have enough weapons currently. Got 4 months of food stored, that's good. I can stop for now. I'm going to not import weapons anymore. We can probably buy furniture from one and sell it to another, depending on the prices. Let's have a look at the prices. Does it tell me? It doesn't tell me. Oh, this is new. So with Augustus, I can manipulate the trading from the map window. Okay, that's nice. As long as they have over 3 units, they take the wine. They leave 3 units in resource though. Pottery, can I export pottery though? Because I have quite a lot of that now. I feel like I don't need that much. I'll import when I have over 10. There's no point me buying that much. You ran over a bunch of people driving a bumper car with a monster truck in Wreckfest. No, that qualifies as evil. Okay, I'll give you that one, Kevin. Those poor NPCs, some of them had lives and families, right? It's okay, good boy. They're only NPCs, they won't know. Not enough entertainment? You're next to an actor colony. Does this one still... This one still has not enough entertainment. It's right next to this and a theatre. Like, really? Not enough entertainment? Bitch, you're literally... You're within walking distance of all these. Still need more population and still need more money. Hang on. Just place some gardens down. For now, gardens are a thing we can do. We should expect a battle anytime now, and there's also distant enemies. Okay, we're in the... We have funds now. We're in the white. Apparently I can't build a ship bridge along there. I feel like that would be the perfect spot for a ship bridge, no? Ah, that would be why. There's a minimum distance for ship bridge. It has to be that long. Okay, we're at the same spot. Okay, there's two Etruscans. And one spear guy that looks like one of those Pokemon card trolls. Pokemon. That it? I was expecting a military assignment. This isn't even training for my guys. Honestly, it feels like a waste bringing all of these from the fort. This is how the Falklands must have felt, you know? Plentiful food is boosting morale. I'm gonna decommission a fort right now, because... there is not enough enemies to warrant all these forts, currently. I'll keep one of each, and that'll be it for now. Still need to work on that population, though. Gotta start on some houses up here, I think. Getting a reservoir in is a priority, and I think the only space we have for one of those is over here. So what is Wreckfest and, like... Yeah. Is Wreckfest like... It sounds like a sort of demolition derby kind of game. I'm assuming it's a console game because you're a hybrid gamer, aren't you, Kevin, that plays mostly console? Let's man the wall. And pop a tower down. I think these towers are overkill now, seeing the amount of enemies that are actually showing up. Like these bitches couldn't even be bothered to give me a full force. Demolition Derby Racing, okay. I'm not usually a fan of racing games, if I'm honest. Although, with that being said, guilty pleasure occasionally is Forza. I really like Forza. But I prefer the Horizon Forzas. You give me a Forza game, I'll be happy. I think it's more because I less enjoy the racing aspect of those games, and I more enjoy the being able to create a really cool looking car. Because those games kind of have the ability to customize and modify a really badass looking vehicle, right? And it goes into quite detail. And that's what makes me happy about those ones. Also, for the record, Sally, I would get this again, I just don't see the coat. Oh, delightful. Neptune's pissed off. I think I pissed the gods off. I think I pissed them all off. They all need temples. I'd buy the Coke again. Pepsi, rather. But it doesn't taste like Pepsi. It tastes like strawberries and cream more than anything. And that's not a bad thing. But it's not what I expected. All the gods are pissed, so I gotta build at least one extra temple to them all. See, if the gods aren't appeased, Neptune has sunk a boat over here. Mars, if I pissed off Mars anymore, would have probably executed one of my battalions. Or even worse, if you piss off Mars a lot, not only does he execute your battalions, but he'll literally send, like, spirit soldiers to attack you. If you piss off Caesar enough, Caesar will send a force of just nothing but legionnaires constantly coming from your entrance point. So this point over here, where all my settlers come from, Caesar will send a massive legion of legionnaires. If you defeat them, though, you do gain Caesar's favor for a considerable amount of time. Yeah, these need bathhouses, we can do that. We can do baths. I feel like a lot of people in this scenario make the rookie mistake of immediately going for this arid land over here to farm in. And if you haven't built up any force whatsoever, the invaders will get you. Maybe there's so few invaders because these invaders have already come through these territories and they're being whittled down. Headcanon unlocked right there. I'm here building up a massive actual fortress city. And I'm barely getting a sniff in of action. This is a 90s game, but the atmosphere of it's really nice. We'll decommission that. We'll open this up a little bit more. Also, for anyone that is interested in Roman architecture and stuff, I'm planning another trip to Chester at some point, so I'll be posting some more pictures on my socials. Feel free to go and check those out. Free to just walk the walls and relax there. Chester's it's a very sophisticated place. Very clean city with a lot of culture. What was that? A collapsed building? Why have you collapsed again? You've got an engineer's post literally there. I swear, building the most needy things in this game, buildings. If they don't have constant support and affection, the buildings fall down. I can build a low bridge over any one of these, but this flotsam here indicates the trade route, and if there is no ship bridge near the flotsam, these boats just won't do their thing. So we seem to have hit the sweet spot here with imports of pottery. Because we still have a stock of it and our markets all seem to have a stock of pottery. Except this one that I think is a bit too far and out of there. But they don't need pottery yet. Small casters are asking for it, but let's put a library. If we link the library up there, it should send out its runners. What is that? Okay, there's little tree paths as well that you can get. They're cool. Never seen those before. It's like this this mod's great because you just There's so much stuff that you're learning and seeing for the first time with a game that you've been playing for... I mean, I've been playing for this game for as long as I've been playing video games, practically. This game for me, this is my 5 years old. 5 years old in front of the family PC. Just come home from school. Booting it up from the CD-ROM. I actually think my dad used to play this game. He's not a big gamer or anything. He barely touches games. I mean, the most I ever see him play these days is Solitaire. But we did always have this Caesar 3 installed on our PC, and it's not the sort of game that my brother would play. He's not big on city builders. We usually bond with a love of Resident Evil and Metal Gear. He doesn't really... If I'm honest, he doesn't really have the patience for something like this. His life's very fast-paced and... doesn't lend itself to just sitting and chilling with a city builder. I did see him sometimes playing SimCity 3000. But even then, I think he'd just get bored of it after 10-15 minutes. Which is fair, certain games aren't for certain people, you know. We are all different. I wonder if I can backdoor a reservoir back here. If I can clear that area there. Bring the wall down about there. Chop that corner off. I should be able to get a reservoir in here. Don't want to take too much space for the reservoir. Got to get rid of the plaza and replace it with a normal path because you can build an aqueduct over a path. I think it's amazing to think that for a lot of people, the Roman culture is romanticized with how cool and powerful they all were. Which, I mean, to an extent, yeah, that is a fair point. The Romans were a very powerful people. But I think what's very rarely romanticized about their culture is just that, the culture. A lot of the time people focus on the militaristic aspect of Rome as a whole, and they barely touch on the actual culture of everything. I feel like culture is more a thing people touch on when they speak about the Greek culture. In ancient Athens and Sparta and all that. Whereas Rome was up there too. Plenty of theatres. Plenty of schools. They always tried to be health conscious with doctors and baths, access to public services. It's not utopia. Certainly not with technologies back then, but I feel like it deserves more credit. When you think of, like, both Greek and Roman, you think of quite a clean, relatively clean, people. So how did we get from that to, I don't know, the Victorian era sort of thing, where everything's seen as filthy and, yeah. Looks like we need another actual farm. Also looks like we need to stock up on vines, that's a problem. Caesar's not going to be happy. Can't have that. That's the last spot we can do for a wheat farm, but we're also going to need a prefecture there. And an engineer's post. Looks like food's at an all-time low. Probably need to turn off off production of these wine. For now, we'll turn off 3 of them so we can stockpile. We need to start to stockpile these, so we'll change this to getting goods on vines. Which means that should send out runners to stock the vines up. So I'm gonna be right back, because I gotta pee. Hey Faith, welcome in. I will be a meowment. No I won't, because we've just been attacked. I'll deal with that first. Oh, okay. They're bringing 3. 3 and 3, right, I don't, again, it's one of these, I feel like a waste to have this many. I could deal with those with a single one of my armies. I don't even need... I could probably just mop them up with the horses. Let's delete that stuff there to give me some open space to battle. They're running. Don't let them run. Show them no mercy. Oh no, they got away. They got away. Never mind. No Romans were harmed in the making of this battle. Hopefully they run away and tell their friends to bring a bigger army next time. Maybe something that'll provide me some spores at least. Okay, now I'm gonna be right back. I gotta pee. Okay, let's hop to it. Oh good. Our vines dispatched, we can send that off. I'm so used to this game being the way it used to be. I didn't even see this part to the right that tells me everything I need to know from the get-go. Population is growing, but the gods are pleased, that's good. We can hold a festival to one of the gods. Let's do it to Mars. Do a festival to Mars. Might grant us some forces. Okay, now we've fulfilled Rome's command, we can turn these buildings back on. And start producing wine again. I see you in chat, Faith. How are you doing today? You good? Are we good? Hey, Kevin. Very good is great. I love it. Caesar's happy we gave him his wine. His vines, rather. See, Caesar's only a fan of wine if it's been made in Rome. If it hasn't been made in Rome, then gets a bit pissy. He's very particular with that. So instead, we'll grow the vines for him, the grapes, then we'll send them to him. As long as he bottles it in Rome, it can be called Made in Rome, and Caesar will be happy. It's kind of like when those American factories import all their raw materials and partially made items from China and then assemble the finished product in America so they can say Made in America. It's pretty much the same thing. As we're sending all these materials to Caesar, we are the China of the Empire. Okay, we are having theft because of poor mood in the area. Chase believers because low food. Can we import any? Let me see. Can't import any food, which means we're gonna have to start farming this land over here. Which ultimately means moving our walls. Which is quite an expensive maneuver. Especially because this area over here is also open. And I don't want to decommission any more forts because legionnaires require weapons and I'm not importing them currently. So the forts don't move, unfortunately. will need a reservoir, so we'll probably take it from this area. We'll move the path over so that we can still use this. We don't have to decommission that watchtower. Decommission these ones though. And we move the gatehouse to up there. We can cut that wall off here and we'll bring it around. Pop a fountain back there and do a double stacked house. We're gonna need a prefecture and an engineer's post because otherwise our needy little buildings are gonna fall over. Boo-boo, Emperor Senpai, our building be falling over. Okay, let's produce some more food. Wheat farms. And then little fort here for another prefecture and engineer's post. That won't improve until we get more food, which is on its way, which is nice. That is improving. Let's cut down the theft there with the prefecture and we're also going to have to wall this area off. Just in case, you know, the enemies decide that they're going to actually show up with a force this time. Because who knows, it could happen. They could get brave. For now, we'll pop those. Pop another tower here. Caesar wants more vines. We don't seem to be exporting that anytime soon. For some reason our ballistas think they can get some training by just shooting sheep. I'm not quite sure what they're getting from that, but
Ha! My governors think money grows on.
I think I made Caesar pissed again. Hang on. I can give my own salary to the city, because it's not like I need it. I don't have a lot of it, but guess it's back on track. Granary is still almost permanently empty, which means these haven't started producing at the right levels yet. As soon as a window gets filled, it's out. Where's the fire? Oh, like 3 steps from a prefecture. That makes perfect sense. Yeah, we should have now more than enough farms for our growing population. I also feel like we have too many. If we get rid of one of those workshops, we can start stocking up on vines again. We've got 19 months to hit Caesar's request. By building these up, we should also build our population up to the desired. There's no battles coming up. I think we've eradicated all those for now. So at this point, I can increase game speed for a little bit. My granary is still not filling despite all of these farms. Let's put another granary. See if that helps. That isn't helping. Okay, we can send Caesar's goods. The granaries are filling up, but slowly. If I keep it at this speed until both granaries are filled. Okay, there we go. Okay, Caesar wants even more goods again. And we have enemies. Right, let's get these. Let's get these houses up in favor. They need pottery, and we are still importing it. That's good. Let's... Ah, never mind. Daddy Caesar needs his vines. Okay, we can send those now. The enemies have sent another useless force. In fact, our ballistas may finish those off before we even get near. Our ballistas on the walls defeated the entire enemy force before they got anywhere near. There's your importance of walls right there. In fact, I'll clear a path so that in the future, if enemies decide to walk right up here, come over here. We have tower defense. No battles coming up. Now the only thing to do is get our population up and we win this assignment. Let's build a Senate building. For me. Because I am the Senate. Also in Roman times, the reason barbers are considered a health building is because they did way more than just cutting your hair. If you were to go to the barbers in ancient Rome, not only would they cut your hair, but they'd also do dental work for you. Residents idolize you as a god. I'll take that. Że sam heronisty zgadnie mojej królowno roztomile and nebezpieczne. My adoring fans. AKA the residents of this city. I'm just gonna get rid of this Legion. Just gonna decommission it. We have enough money that we can start importing weapons again. Because I'm gonna start having a Legionnaire's fort out here. Actually no, we'll put the forts over here in this corner. Because we don't want to get in the way of the tower defense going on up there. And it's a show of imperialistic might to have our forces over there. Right near the entrance. So as people enter this settlement, they get to see they are protected. Rome protects. It's a shame I can't move troops from one fort to another. I forgot I was cooking Caesar. I actually already had his supplies for him, but he was a bit of a dick to me, so I decided not to. So chat, tell me, what's your favorite historic era? If you get thrown back in time to any era in history, what era would you like to visit the most? Granted, a lot of the eras this day and age are not exactly modern or you wouldn't live as comfortably as we do now, but surely there's got to be an area you like the most. The Warring States. Why the Warring States era of China? Might be cheaper to import clay instead of the pottery. Let's see what are the prices on it. Do I get to see the prices? Is required to set a land trade policy. A lighthouse is required to set a sea trade policy. So you can set trade policies now. Prices, let's see. So it might be cheaper to bring in clay by a considerable margin. So that's what we'll do. We'll import clay. We'll set up a warehouse. This one here will now take clay. And now what we need to do is we need to make pottery. By making it ourselves, we should save a considerable amount. It's 40 denarii per workshop. A lot of our people use pottery though, so a lot of workshops are required. So as soon as they're filled up with clay, then we should stop importing Okay, we're starting to have clay. That's nice. Anytime now we'll have a battle. So let me move my legionnaires into place. I'm gonna move my horses over here for an ambush. We're gonna clear that area here. The horses will be there to ambush them if they try and retreat. We'll pull the legionnaires back to here. That way they can be supported by the ballistas. And now we just increase game speed and we wait. Ah. Because the god Mars was so happy with us, he killed our enemies. So I didn't even get to fight that battle either. Mars be like, you have been a good girl. I'm going to kill all of your enemies. A plague on our houses. That's a biblically accurate god of war. Mars being the Roman god of war. Right, we have stock of pottery. We have clay not being stored yet. Why? Explain why we have a stack of pottery but clay not being... We don't need to import that anymore. These should all have a stock of clay. We do need another warehouse. This one's going to be purely for pottery. Which means this one needs to change to not accept pottery. Or vines, we don't care for that either. Okay, let's build some more houses here. And let's finish this campaign. I'm ready to move to a more difficult campaign, I think. I want blood. I want conflict. I want just something to get my teeth into, you know? We are slowly producing pottery. Oh, there we go. Finished. Right on time. We are heading to Syracuse. Also, why is there no voiceover? Ah well. Syracuse it is. So in Syracuse, we have very little resources. It's going to rely on trade heavily because our farming area is just here in the corner. A lot of it is defensible though. And there's flotsam over there, meaning yeah, we're gonna have to set up docks soon. Let's even out this road first. Make it more viable. Clear some of this. As far as raw materials go, we're gonna have to farm our own iron for weapons here. And clay pits for pottery. Which means we're going to have two separate outposts. An outpost over here to make the pottery, and an outpost over here for the food. We don't have any timber requirements because we don't have any raw materials for a lumberyard. Trees aren't important at all. We can get those out of the way. Let's start with a bigger area here. I want to get extra housing in just purely because early on. Let's get a reservoir working. If you click a reservoir and then hold click it, you'll actually do that and it'll path its own aqueducts. That is a base game feature. Let's start working on the farms. Ah. The fact that it gives us wheat, vegetables, and olives means that at some point our residents will want a richer living with more than one type of food. And we're going to have to even out production of both. And I think the best thing to do at this point is to start stockpiling as much as we can. Build up the farms. That's going to be a finite resource that's going to really cook us, especially as we need a 4,000 population. Have a look at the trade map, see who we could trade with. Rome has expanded to well outside Italy. Not quite in Britannia yet. Corinthus and Athens are currently where the enemy seems to be coming from. We are in Syracuse, near Sicily. We can purchase meat and timber and furniture. We can sell vegetables, oil, and weapons. In fact, we can purchase meat. That is very useful. Is that a land route or is that... That's a shipping route, so we don't need that right now. Would be kind of useless to us, unfortunately. We have 4 people unemployed. Let's start building over here as well before we zone out, because we're going to need that port set up. Trade's going to be vital to this mission. We will also start setting up here. Marker. Hey, welcome in, Colin. How's it going? Mark it back here. We are currently pissing the gods off, so let's deal with that. Ceres, Neptune, Mercury, Mars, and Venus. Tired? I mean, yeah, that's fair. At least being tired can be fixed. No entertainment, which means he's going to need entertainment at some point soon. We have a dock, so we can get that port working. Yeah, I get Venus is upset. They're probably all pissed off with me at the moment. I've literally just put in the population milestone. The game music actually changes for this game when you hit a population milestone. It's usually when you hit 1,000. You need to take serious. Oh. Which one of these buildings is on fire? Oh, okay. Now that makes more sense. All my little immigrants. They need to follow the roads. We have roads for a reason. Use them. We are Romans. We are civilized. I'm putting the walls like this because I'm gonna need to make use of that area for farms. The amount of farms I needed to do in that last scenario. Shit, we got pestilence over there because people are filthy. Yes, let's deal with that so we don't have great pestilence over here as well. Let's teach these peasants how to wash. Right, that's a problem. We have enemies upon us already. Let's quickly get a barracks down. Just one for now. And a supply post. Going to make a few mounted. And some javelin. We have enough civilians to deal with whatever threat comes right now. We are getting a supply of food. Let's have a second granary so we can start stockpiling properly. Oh, this is new. We have no food stored for our soldiers just yet because the granary isn't active. Now it is, we should be storing. We are apparently not storing. Why the fuck does Caesar want oil? We're not making oil. Also, there should not be fire over there. It's literally a prefecture. There shouldn't be fire there either. The prefecture's just here. I feel like these tributary roads do nothing but just hinder. Okay. Let's start to build a gladiator school. And a lion house. So that we can have a couple of arenas. Let's build some more farms. We need every bit of space we can muster up to get every little farm that we can active here. Sometimes I feel like Caesar doesn't really know what he wants. He just wants something. Yeah, we'll just ask him for oil. That'll be worthwhile, right? I know we told them that they're gonna have to defend themselves from a hard enemy, but fuck that, we want oil. It is the Roman way to provide for Caesar. First time ever we need employees for the city. Our armed forces are lacking, so I'm hoping that the enemy, when it arrives, is weak, but we'll make use of ballistae. We are defensible. This is an easily defensible position at present. Let's speed things up a little bit. Right. Where's this other enemy army? Okay. Spartan warriors. Greek soldiers. Callistus Solon. Hector Xenophes. And Demetrius Theocritus. Well, I'm pretty sure our ballista will take care of them before... I don't think I'll even get a chance. Yep, never mind. Tower defense wins. We take that. That was free. Someone tell the Greeks to send more soldiers. Actually, don't. The Greeks have a habit of overdoing it, right? I don't need 600 men sent over. So we do have a bathhouse, but it's not connected to a source of water up there. Unfortunately, useless. This one now needs pottery. Our second granary is not filling as fast. Okay, Caesar's getting pissy. Man wants his oil. Come on, tell that bitch to chill. Fire? Why? Again, right next to a prefecture. The fuck you playing at, fire? Oh, build another one. Right, as far as pottery goes, that's the next hurdle, so... we need a couple of clay pits. I'll set a warehouse up. This warehouse will deal solely in clay. And then we'll have a pottery. Caesar will not soon forget. No, he won't, because when the miserable bastard wants more oil, guess who he'll come calling for it? Me. I'll be the one that has to provide Caesar with more oil. We have enemies at the door, I think that's what that one means. Which is fine. I think I need to defend this area as well over here. Just in case. At the moment, the only thing in this side of the map is the Welsh look. I don't think the Welsh are going to be much of a threat. At the moment, the Welsh just like to graze. How'd the Welsh get through? Well, they're gonna hate what comes next. When these ballistas start firing on the sheep for no reason. As they often are prone to doing. Well, the good news is, our warehouse, our granaries are full. So for now we have a food stockpile. They are attacking the sheep for no reason. I mean, come on, they're wild sheep. Yeah, you don't need to attack them. They're not a threat. Ah. Okay, where oh. Yeah, okay. Let's go deal with that then, because that's a bit closer than I was expecting. Granted, the ballista are doing most of the work here. Damn, we lost a horse guy. I don't like that. I don't like that they can come in from that angle. The fact that they can get from that angle means that there's going to be future battles from either there or over here. Over here's fine. Let me place a watchtower up here, just in case. Pop a few palisades down. Just as a minor outpost. I think there's a sentry on the way to that. I've never actually seen what this does, because this isn't a base game structure. Oh, that's cool. It looks cool, at least. Right, we now need a warehouse that accepts pottery. Important as well. Now, if we have that, the entire city should evolve. Because all these places will start to have pottery. Also, why the hell do these tents here not have access to food? When the market's right there. There should be no reason why those don't have access to food. Okay, they're just waiting furniture, and I don't think we care yet at that point. Let's open a trader route. Timber and meat. What else do we have? Furniture. Okay, let's open that one. We have no use for this one yet. Finally, these hippies are getting out of their tent. Pottery is not being produced at a solid rate yet. That's a problem. If we still have clay, then we still have a problem. Increase trading. Well, we can export oil out, because I don't really care about oil. And for now, if Caesar don't want it, I don't want to keep it around. Okay, the gods are pissed off now. Mars is so pissed off he sent soldiers. But I think we just killed them immediately. There he is. Neptune. Mercury. Mars. And Venus. That should be enough to keep them at bay. Our third granary should be filling up at some point, but it doesn't seem to be filling. Oh, you know why? Because granaries are dumb and you have to accept everything on them. Okay, where are the enemies? Now seriously, where are they spawning in? Ah, over there. Oh, I'm fine with that over there, like, damn. Not exactly a sizable force, are they, these Greeks? At least I get to see what my watchtower does. Did they slow their advance just to kill the sheep? Is that a prefect? That prefect is going to fight the Greeks on his own. That is a police officer challenging the Greek army. So these watchtowers don't do an awful lot, but they seem to fire arrows. That's their thing. They're okay as a forward outpost, I guess, though. I'm more impressed at my prefect. Literal police officer that decided, fuck it, I'm gonna walk down here and kick ass. Man took a Greek officer out with nothing more than a small knife.
I've heard there are jobs here. I want to be a lion tamer.
That prefect will forever go down in history. And his name? Biggest Dickus. Okay, I feel like we have to build more housing, that's for sure. So on this area over here, which is quite dangerous considering the enemy. But what we will do, shore this up a little bit by providing a few extra towers. They won't know what hit them. And if they do, well, joke's on them. Because we're the Romans, and more powerful than they are. Caesar wants his oil. I knew that'd be it. As soon as you give him oil once, that's all he'll ever want from you. All you are to Caesar is an oil receptacle. That's all you'll ever be. One minute you think Caesar respects you, next minute he's asking for way too much oil. Newsflash. Caesar doesn't respect anyone. Man just wants his oil. And that is all we'll ever be. Oh, now he's getting pissy, because we're not giving him his oil in time. There you go. Fuck you, Caesar. Have your oil. Cunt. I mean, we knew it as soon as we got that first batch of oil off. We knew all we were to him was oil. Here we go. Send that shit off and he wants more oil. Okay, where is... Okay, the army's coming from over here. Okay, Nix, welcome in. Just go and post some of our forces over here and pop some of the horses to the front. Damn, that guy was giving it some. We lost a single palisade in that war. We almost died. Granted, the ballistas had probably gone, but I bet I could post a ballista up over here. Just there. And I bet that'd start picking them off. If I use the tree line to my advantage, because weirdly enough, trees are indestructible. So I take this tree line here and I build another one in the trees. They won't be able to get to it. Go along the back so I can build another one. That's a tree, that's empty land, you can walk there. So we can only really put one there. Might be able to post another one in that corner here. Because this brush is impassable. Just there. Yeah, this is a very old game. This is a childhood classic of mine. Well, we know those ballistas can hit because they're now attacking the Welsh for some reason. How are you today, Nix? You good? The Welsh are just here peacefully grazing. My ballistas say, fuck you, no you're not. Alive is a fair thing to be. It is also a good thing to be. Let's give them a more scenic path to their watchtower. Well, at least I can confirm that If the enemies spawn down here, they're getting attacked before they even make it to the palisade. Wonder if I can go the full long way around. And post up a tower there as well. Because all that has to happen is a guard just has to reach that part. As long as there is a road leading there, that tower will get a ballista on, just like that. And it's protected by tree cover. All these houses need furniture. We have a stock of pottery that seems to be fine at the moment. We're stockpiling more pottery. How's our denarii looking? Does it increase or does it reduce? Okay, we are ever so slightly increasing denarii. So let's start taxing our people. Because we need to work on that denarii. Our 3 settlements should now start to get taxed. We are earning denarii at a decent rate. Caesar wants more fucking oil, because of course he does. Julius fucking Trump wants his oil. Right, where? That's a new spawn point. A new spawn point, but the ballistas are doing their thing. So I lost another single palisade that fight. But the enemies didn't give a shit. They didn't even try and attack any of these. Oh, so I suppose we're being attacked from there, are we? Well, we'll ignore that. We don't care about that. And here I thought the Greeks were smarter. What do they need? Entertainment. They need more entertainment. Why do you need more entertainment? You've got to fucking... You have an arena. And a theatre. Seeing as we're having a good amount of denarii, I feel like now's the right time to import wine. Ah, we can't import wine. Import furniture though, and that'll immediately give us growth in housing. Make a warehouse for that. Easy one's 10 oil. Yeah, the Greeks are... Greek armies are currently the armies that are fighting me. I am a Roman army. Well, I'm a Roman empress really, but you know. If you look at the map here, our enemies are coming from... Well, the last enemies came from Corinthus, but these ones seem to be coming from Leptis Magna. But these are apparently Greek territories. Rome is currently expanding in this direction. Towards Britannia. Early days though, you know. We are currently venturing, this is Syracusae, also known in modern day as Sicily. Just off the Italian boot. Yeah, I don't fancy the 600 slash. It's okay, I have Poseidon on my side. Let's speed up and start importing this furniture. Caesar's getting pissy. Caesar Trump wants that oil. Off it goes. Take your oil and fuck off. Furniture seems to be improving the houses. Massively. Enemies are on our doorstep again. We have a shit ton of pottery. Let's see if I can export some out. I can't export it. Unfortunately, I am producing way too much pottery. We're also overproducing food at the moment. Which I didn't think we'd do. I thought it'd be the opposite for this experiment. I guess people aren't eating as much. My population is lean. Okay, where's this army coming from? No, seriously, where is this army coming from? Ah, over there. Not a problem still. They're less of a problem and more of just a tedious annoyance at the moment. The fact that I can take out all the enemy armies with just 2 is... Yeah, in fact, let's just move. Just move my forts over here. Might as well throw them over here. I should be able to import... Oh, I can only export weapons. Right, let's make weapons now. Do we have... We've got an unemployment, that's a good thing. We still have a steady supply of immigrants. Don't tell Nigel Farage, but immigrants are a really good thing. Nigel Farage can suck my non-existent nuts. Oh no, enemies are closing in. Whatever will I do? I think you should post up a fort here as well, just in case. Maybe back there. Just so they've got less travel time. In case they attack here. Well, good news is I am absolutely flush with cash. I don't have any cash flow problems. We should have a better grasp of our finances in a moment when I can get all my weapon workshops up and running. Then we can export weapons. Furnish other Roman armies with legionnaires. First time in a while we need employees. Those houses are constantly evolving and devolving because of not enough entertainment for some reason. Not a fucking clue why. They have like the most entertainment. I need a lot higher population though. I will become Caesar. Have a good night, Sally. Thanks for stopping by. Even if you were EP. What do these houses need? Some entertainment, but not up. Again, there's... Like, you're right, yeah. Actor colonies and shit. I give you culture. We have enemies at the door and only one of our ranks is full. Okay, food production is about to become a problem. We knew it would happen. Means now is time where we start to import meat. One of our granaries is now empty, so that is a sign that we are, unfortunately, eating food. Okay, is it over here? No? Where are we? Huh. Wherever the enemy spawned, they immediately got killed. All as I heard was the battle, and it was over. That is wild. I barely heard a thing. Oh. Donald Caesar wants his oil again. Market needs to get supply of pottery. Okay, let's speed things up and hopefully get into another battle. It's not. Our granaries are still dwindling. Yeah, we are accepting meat. And we're importing it. We have a distant battle, but that's about it. Something over there. We definitely have a food problem. Enemies are at our door. It's interesting to see that at the moment I have maximum food production for this map, that I can't really increase that. And yet it doesn't seem to be enough. It seems to be one of those maps where I'm on a time limit to do everything because the enemies keep ramping up, but also I think not only are they ramping up, but I'm burning through my food resources as we go. A quick check, see what we've... I'm sure if I increased series temples, that might help with farming a little bit, maybe. Time to see what we're dealing with. Ah, they're coming from there now. Got 2 spear Spartans and a small legion. But how close will they get? Well, I guess they get fucked because Mars just executed the entire battalion except these 2 here. I don't even think I'll need to send any of my troops because the ballistas will get them. I have full faith in my ballistas. This one's gonna hit one of them. Then as they're coming in, this one might get one out of nowhere. There they are attacking the sheep still. What have the Welsh ever done to you, huh? Amygdalus Lycaeus? And Cleon Leonardus. You just stand there and accept the ballista shots. There we go. He seems to be running. Did not even need to deploy my people. It looked like all he wanted to do was to fight my soldiers. Typical Greek. Right, I'm looking at the time right now. I believe that's it for tonight. So what I'm gonna do, gonna find a channel for us to raid out to. Don't forget to say hi to whoever we raid out to. Thanks for watching, have a nice night, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. You stream every day, so be sure to click that follow button, click those like buttons, and let's keep these good times rolling.